5 ways she starts an argument, and 1 way you could bypass it all. John Gray's book, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, talks about a couple ways that arguments are started. Here are 5 ways she starts an argument. The first way is she says we don't go out anymore. This doesn't mean that you guys go and do errands together, you're physically together. But instead, it means you're not making an emotional connection with her. Now, it doesn't mean you have to do everything entirely differently. What you could do is to introduce some variety, is you could do the same things except in a different location. For example, you could take dinner to the park, and that would be a new location, and it's a little bit of variety. It'll show you're putting in effort. The second thing she says to start an argument is that nothing works around here. It doesn't mean that this is all your fault, then you need to fix it now. Instead, it means let's come up with a plan to fix the things that aren't working. She wants to make sure that you have a plan in place to take care of things. You can ask her what's bothering her or what's wrong, and specifically target and try to fix that. And if you can't, at least come up with a plan to fix it. The third thing she says to start an argument is we need to talk. Now, this doesn't always mean we need to break up. If it builds up, yeah, maybe it is a breakup call. But usually it means we have a difference of opinion. If she sees a line and you see a circle from the top, maybe you're either looking at different things or you're looking at it from a different perspective. It just means we need to be on the same page and seeing the same thing. Do you really want to be with somebody who looks at the same thing you do, sees a different thing, and argue all the time with you about it? The fourth thing she says to start an argument is you don't listen or you're not paying attention. Now, this doesn't mean that you're physically not hearing what I say. Instead, it means you're not focusing on the things that are important to me. To fix this, you just have to shift your priorities of listening. You could dedicate specific times that you're going to listen to the important things to her, and then maybe listen less to the other things. If you're with a partner who's constantly sending you information, it might be important to prioritize. One thing you could do to fix this is to have her prioritize what's important. You could tell her to tell you the most important things and you will listen to them. The other things, write down and you'll get to them when you can. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to pay attention to everything. The invisible gorilla experiment shows us that we can only pay attention to certain things at certain times. We only have limited focus, so it's important to prioritize what's important so we know what to focus on. And the fifth thing she says to start an argument is you always or you never da-da-da-da. This is the worst one, and I think this is on the person who says it. They need to fix this statement because this statement makes it seem like there are absolutes, when in reality there are exceptions to almost every rule. When you hear this, you make it a point to argue the accuracy of the statement instead of getting to the premise of the problem. I think the person needs to change the way they say this, or it's going to be a communication issue. As men, when we hear these statements above, we hear, it's your fault, and you need to fix this. When in reality, it's more of a statement that there is a problem, and we need to come up with a plan to fix this, either together or on your own. If you watch TV sitcoms, you'll notice they start with one of the statements we mentioned. And then, when you fast forward all until the last 5 minutes of the episode, they'll start answering the question, what can we do to fix this problem?
It's just since we got married, you seem to think you don't have to try anymore.
That is ridiculous. We realized that we're facing some new challenges as a married couple.
Yeah, and there are a few things we need to stay on top of, so we thought it would be useful.
Would you please help us make a relationship agreement?
That's how you could bypass an entire argument, is by asking the question, what can you do to fix this problem? John Gray says that man's deepest fear is that he's not good enough or that he's incompetent. So if you tell him a problem and don't want a solution, he's going to feel lost. He's going to feel incompetent and either going to respond with anger or by retreating and withdrawing. That's why it's so important to take control of your emotional reactions in the moment. Control your anger. And if you want more information about that, click on the link below. What do you guys think? Have you asked this one question to bypass an entire argument? Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, guys, be healthy.